Good morning, what's going on, guys? It's probably about 7 o'clock right now. We're a little late on the jump, but this morning we're gonna goof around, see if we can screw around with some sharks and see if we can catch some little bull sharks and artificial. We got the secret weapon right in here that we'll bust out in a little bit, but that's where the secret weapon is. But we're gonna be throwing some artificials at some sharks. You know what's really cool, all the juvenile sharks in the river, when early in the morning and in the afternoon, but especially in the morning, you can see them with their fins just sticking out of the water, just like 2-3 inches out of the water. You'll see a little dorsal fin cutting through, and they're not big ones. Like, I mean, there's everywhere from little tiny like foot-long pups to 5-footers, which are still decent sized sharks. So we're gonna see what happens, and it's gonna be cool though, because we're gonna be sight casting at these bull sharks, and hopefully we'll be able to hook up this morning. I don't know. That's the game plan we're rolling with for now, is to catch shark on artificial. If that doesn't work out, maybe we'll catch some little jack crevalles and live bait those, but I think we can get one to eat artificial, hopefully. That's the plan. We just got to get at it. Alright, here's the secret weapon right here that we were speaking of in my little bumblebee container. That is a spool tech we got marinating in menhaden oil right there. Nice and gross and juicy and stanky. And it should get a shark's attention. Oh yeah, that's juicy. Look at that Slimer. The artificial thump with sharks, you know, it could work out, but we're gonna try to stack the odds in our favor here and get this really smelling like a stanky bait fish swimming, and I'm hoping one of these little bowls will just crunch it. I think they should. And we're using the spool tech really just because it's got the built-in steel leader, so I think that's nice. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave that thing just soaking in there, and then once I see a fish, shark cruising, I'm gonna whip it out of there and sling it so it stays really fresh and real stanky. But we gotta see a bull shark. Just gotta wait and kind of look for them. They just kind of cruise randomly through here with really no rhyme or reason, but you'll just be kind of cruising and you'll see a little fin pop up, so that's what we're looking for. All right, we're just cruising, looking for a little fin to poke out of the water here. Got my little tub sitting right up front of the rag that I just got the spool tech soaking in the menhaden oil. And the second we see one, we're gonna race towards him and try to pitch onto him. And hopefully he'll eat, and hopefully he eats it from the back first and doesn't cut us off instantly. But if we find one, I think we can get him to eat, but the trouble would be finding one right now, I think. This stuff seriously smells so bad. I mean, menhaden oil itself is just stanky, but this stuff has been sitting in my garage for about 10 years. Sitting in a bottle in my garage. This stuff is just nasty, nasty, nasty. I'm coming right across our bow. He's going towards it. That one didn't go for it, but that was the first one in casting distance finally. All right, we got another one swimming pretty quickly too. He's coming towards the boat right now. Coming right towards our boat here. Eat it, dude. Eat it. He definitely freaking swung at it. You see that? He saw it coming in the air. On. I'm on. It's a shark. It's a shark. He's running at us. He's running at us. He's running so fast I can't catch up. It's on. It's a bull shark. Yes, on the spool tech. He's coming at us so fast I can't even catch up to him. Oh, whew. That is a bull shark on the spool tech. He's wrapped weird right now. No, we're good. We're perfectly fine. He's not very big. He's only about 2.5, 3 feet long. He's got a little remora on him. Look at the spool tech hanging right out of his mouth. I gotta come around back. Wrap around you, Mom. Look at that. He is shaking his head. Look at him digging. Look at that little guy. That was too awesome. I wish you guys would have been able to see it. He jumped when I first hooked him. He jumped about a foot in the air. He's a 15, 20 pound bull shark right there. He's mad too, man. Very mad. And he's got a little shark sucker or more right on the side of him. I'm letting this guy just tire out before we bring him up boat side. I don't know, we can go for a net on him. Can you net a shark? Is that something that people do? Dude, the power of these things is just unreal. All right, he's about ready. Look guys, I brought my net and now I'm gonna net a bull shark. The idea behind it is really just to hold his head in something. That's not gonna work. You're a little big for the net, I think. You gotta appreciate my effort though, right? All right, it's time to land this little guy. So what I'm gonna try to do here is I'm gonna hold the leader in one hand to keep him tight and then grab his tail. And me holding the leader should be able to stop him from turning around and biting me, theoretically. Little sharks like this, they can turn in practically a full circle. We got a shark in the boat right now. How about that guy? All right. That right there is a little bull shark on the spool tech. Maybe not so little. He's about 4 feet long. And I'm struggling to hold this guy. He's pretty heavy. We're gonna unhook him, get a picture, and release this guy. He shouldn't be that hard to unhook. Okay, unhooked. All right, it's time to release this bad boy. Look at that mouth in there. Little chompers on him. That is awesome, super cool. I'm gonna release him on this far side in the sun. We're gonna make sure this guy's good before we release him. So I got the troll motor in gear, and we're just gonna kind of slowly push him forward, get water running through his gills. Such cool, beautiful fish. I don't target sharks very often, but catching one on artificial, that was the first for me. All right, that, I'm not gonna lie, that was awesome. That is my first shark I've ever caught on artificial. I've hooked them on artificial before, but that was the first one that I've ever caught. And the sight cast that thing, you know, we're just cruising across this bar and I just see this wake pushing, and I just took that spool tech out of that nasty, nasty menhaden oil and whipped it over, and it literally hit, and I cranked it once and he just hammered it. And I swang at him. I was like, at first I was like, it's gotta be a jack. And then he jumped about a foot out of the water, dorsal fin, whole body just whoosh, breached like that. And I was like, oh, it's a shark, man. That was really cool. All right, that is a bull shark on the spool tech. And the spool tech, it's still intact, you know, it's got a little bit of a tear in it right there, you can kind of see. But I mean, he'll still throw. We can see if we can get another one out of this, and that's why they come with spare tails though. But we're gonna keep using this one and see if we can get one more. Maybe if I hook up with it, I might hand it off to mom if she's down for it. But that's good. I mean, I am just pumped, man. That is so cool. All right, we are done for the day. The shark fishing, it worked. It was really, really fun coming out and setting that goal of, okay, I want to come out here and we want to throw artificials and try to catch a shark. And for plans to come together when you're fishing, it feels like that rarely happens, but today it did, and it was awesome. And the spool tech, I really only chose spool tech because it had a steel leader and a tail that would absorb some of the scent that I was dunking it in. Now, I don't know if the menhaden oil made a difference or not, because that shark ate about 2 seconds after I threw at him. He didn't track it. It literally hit the water, and I reeled once, and he ate it. But it could have helped. It could have not helped at all. Who knows? But that stuff was rancid, man. I have a pretty strong, like, nose, and stuff doesn't really, you know, affect me that bad. But, dude, that stuff was just rotten. But maybe that's why the sharks like it so much. But it was a very, very cool day catching first shark on artificial, and I've always wanted to do it. And I've always thought, you know, I need to wait until the blacktip migration, and maybe I'll do some fishing off the beach when the blacktips roll around, but I've always thought, all right, I just need to wait till the blacktips come, because that's going to be the easiest shark to catch on artificial. But to come out here and catch some small bull sharks, that was very, very cool. All right, guys, that is it for today. I appreciate you very much. I hope you enjoyed the video. I had a ton of fun today. It was super, super cool. See you guys.